coming down the stretch, trying to be fresh for the playoffs?
As a player, it's pretty easy. If you're playing that day, you just try to do the things that you normally do. Do your routine. And just go out there, whatever minutes you get, just be the next man up mentality, and go and try to win games. When you get that opportunity as a player too, it's good for the whole team. When guys that don't usually get a lot of minutes, get put in a different role than they're usually in, it's good for usually from recent years that I've seen, it usually helps the team in the long run.
Do you run the risk, though, of kind of being rusty if you miss too much time, if you're not in your comfort zone or your regular routine?
Are you asking me this because I missed all the shots yesterday?
You can read between the lines.
Yeah, I can, most definitely. I mean, it depends how long you're out, if you're just resting one or two days, I don't think you're going to be too rusty. But at the same time, you got to understand yourself. You got to understand your body. You got to understand the things that you are asked to do out there on the court. And if it's that time where coach and as a collectively you think it's time to rest, like the other day, Kyle, it'll help us out in the long run.
I was thinking more like stretch drive games the last week of the season or so, where you want to be kind of at your top level going
most
in.
Definitely, yeah. It's definitely a balance because you want to be in a rhythm, obviously going into the playoffs, but you obviously want all you guys healthy and well rested. So it's definitely a balance, and it's definitely that something that coach, obviously coach and the staff will look at and focus on.
You speak of that rhythm as well. You knew you were going to clinch. It came last night, but it's a formality. You knew you were going to clinch. How do you kind of stay locked in to the goal of continuing to try to win and win as much as you can, knowing that you're kind of there and you probably are locked in even to that second seed?
I think it's just all about focusing on the process, focusing on each game in terms of taking each individual game as a test. Trying to not only of course win, but get better. As long as we're getting better going into the playoffs, I think we're going in the right direction.
You had, when you got your night off, I think you still are, you're third in minutes on the team. When you got that call at 2 o'clock in the morning from Kay saying, I'm going to try or sit you down for it, was that you're okay, or was that, nah, coach,
Case, he's the head of the snake kind of, he makes those decisions. I'm a player. I don't make those decisions. I don't mean that you'd say no to him, but in your head, are you thinking, I don't want the rest? No, not really. Not really. I just kind of go with it, and I still dressed it up. So if you decide to play me, then I would have been ready. But just rest.
He said he was close.
Right. So so you still gotta prepare like you're gonna play. But in terms of I don't second guess or question his decision.
No.